What's up, everybody? Solo Satoshi here. Just wanted to make a quick video on how to get your BitAxe 401 Supra up and running, connected to Wi-Fi, and hashing as fast as possible. So obviously in front of us, we have the BitAxe 401 Supra. Comes equipped with a small LCD screen display, 20mm fan, and over here on the right-hand side, we have the 5-volt jack that you will be plugging into to power this unit up. So when you order one of these units, it'll come with a power supply as such. This power supply is good for 100 volts all the way up to 240 volts and 50 to 60 hertz. So it'll work overseas, it'll work in the States. The output voltage is 5 volts, the output current is 5 amps. So we're gonna go ahead and plug this thing in, get it running, and show you guys how to connect this thing to Wi-Fi. So when you plug it in, obviously you see the fan comes on 100%, but no worries to that. It kind of sounds a little loud in the video, I'm sure. But once this guy's up and running and hashing, there is an auto feature on the fan in the operating system that will dial the fan down and only ramp it up if the unit gets hot. So as you can see, it's saying connect to SSID. That's what we're going to be looking for in our cell phones or computers, whatever we use to search Wi-Fi and get this thing connected to the Wi-Fi. That is what you're going to see when you're searching in your Wi-Fi. All right, so once you guys run a quick Wi-Fi search and look for devices, you're going to see this BitAxe SSID pop up on your Wi-Fi. You're going to go ahead and click that, and it's going to take you into the Axe operating software. After you've gained entry into the Axe OS, you're going to see all your settings here. Your first setting is going to be Wi-Fi SSID. So this is going to be the name of your network, the name of your router, whatever you see when you go to connect to your home network. That is what you're going to put there. You're going to put the password for that Wi-Fi below. Stratum URL is a default. It is publicpool.io. It's highly encouraged that you keep the BitAxe and the solo mining pool. Keep in mind, there are no daily payouts for this pool. This is a solo pool. So these are typically solo miners because they're so small. So they're like little lottery tickets. This thing is just running on a desktop, running on an end table, and every 10 minutes it can hit a reward. So publicpool.io is the standard default pool that this thing is set to. Stratum port gets you connected to public pool. Stratum user, this is going to be your Bitcoin wallet address of choice. So if your Supra ever hits a block reward, it has to know where to be, where it's going to pay out to. So this Stratum user is where you put your wallet address. And after your wallet address, you can add a dot and then add a nickname of each device that you decide to connect. And each device could have their own name. You can name them all one nickname. And, you know, for instance, we have our wallet address, and then I want to make this one .solo Satoshi. Now, in the public pool, it will say solo Satoshi whenever I go to look at my workers. Stratum password. This has never really been an issue for me. I just kind of leave that on default. It's not really needed. Frequency and core voltage, these are going to be your clocking settings. So you can mess around with this. You can see where your unit likes to run at. You know, but it's very important that you do not get these this PCB over 60 degrees Celsius. So while you're playing with these and while you're restarting, just please keep an eye on that. We have some settings here for flip screen. So if you ever want to flip the screen on the BitAxe, you could do that, and all these words will flip around, I guess, depending on how you have it mounted. Inverse fan polarity, you can set the fan to blowing or sucking. Automatic fan control. So you could automatically set your fan speed here, or you can leave it on auto, and that fan will ramp up and ramp down based on the temperature of the ASIC. All right, so now that we've made it to the bottom of the page, this is where you are going to find your latest and greatest firmwares. So here it's going to give you the latest release. It's going to give you a link, and you can click that link and get the latest released firmware. Update firmware, you can browse and put in your newest released firmware there. This is open source development, so developers are always trying to patch things or something that may be wrong. Not to say that anything in this system is wrong, but if anything ever comes up or they want to integrate a new something new into the OS, this is a way to flash your device and implement that new change. After you get this device set up, after you get your settings right where you want them, you want to go ahead and scroll up and hit the save button here. And after you make any settings changes, you're always going to have to restart the device, reboot the device, and for these settings to take place. So we're going to go ahead and do that. We're going to put in all of our information, and I'm going to show y'all what it looks like once it's up and running. All right, guys, so we made our settings changes. We're ready to get our BitAxe 401 Supra up and running. So we're going to go ahead and plug this bad boy in. There's that fan on 100% again. As you can see, it says connecting. So it's going to attempt to connect to the Wi-Fi a few times. If it does so successfully, you'll see what happens next. All right, so you see our fan dialed down a lot. And that's because now it's hashing, now it's reading the settings, and it's going through its phases. So you can see up at the top right here, we have 630 gigahashes a second, and it's going to take you a while. It's going to flash through a couple of screens to actually get your IP address. That's where you're going to access the Axe OS operating system now that your machine is up and running. It's flashing to another screen here, so it's telling you the fan, the temperature, the wattage and power, your voltage. It's telling you all the good stuff there. Your next screen is going to have your IP address. So there we have it, 192.168.1.225. Now, since you have this information, all you need to do is type that IP address into your browser on your phone, your computer. If you do it on your computer, I like to create a shortcut on my desktop. That way I can click into it and access it whenever I want. But that's pretty much it. You type in that IP address, you go into your Axe operating software, and your miner is now officially running. I'll show you what the screen looks like once it's all up and running, and kind of just go over the Axe operating software just a little bit. So here we've accessed the Axe operating software through the device's IP address. And this is just going to give you a live view into what your BitAxe 401 Supra is doing. So this is really cool. So here we have the hash rate. So currently on default settings, I have not played with the clocking on the device yet. It is hashing at 569 gigahashes a second. Here we have the efficiency, which is 23.66 watts per terahash, which is still good given that these are default settings. Down here, we have your hash rate. So this line is going to move in sort of a live mode to show you how your machine is performing and what the actual hash rate is. So this is really cool to watch. I'll always have this open up on one of my computer screens just to kind of monitor it and see what's going on. Down below, we have some power monitors. So we monitor wattage here, input voltage, ASIC voltage requested, and here we have heat. So this is what you want to keep your eye on whenever you're attempting to overclock. You want to make sure this doesn't go above 60 degrees Celsius. Here you have your fan speed. It's not really on 100%. It would be a lot louder. Right now it is on auto. So your fan speed is going to be controlled basically off what this sensor sees. So the hotter this is, the faster your fan goes. Here we have performance. So you're going to see your ASIC frequency and your ASIC voltage measured. And down here is your pool information. So basically straightforward setup here, guys. Super simple, just kind of getting into things. I just wanted to do a really quick tutorial on how to get your machine up and running And I will be going into further detail on future videos. So I appreciate you guys for watching. Thank you. And if anyone has any questions, you could always email me, message me on X. I'm always down for a chat. I really appreciate you guys and all the love and support. And I want to thank y'all.